Good evening, everybody. Week 9 press conference here for Down syndrome. Big win over the top of the league, Nick Lowe. Moving me back into the top spot. We got about 2 or 3 people that are kind of separating themselves to locking themselves in the playoffs. And then a big old dogfight at the bottom to see who gets in. So it's a good competition. For my squad this week, Gino had 22 points, threw for 363 yards without DK Metcalf, had 3 touchdowns, but also had 3 picks to kind of balance it out. Had another couple big rushes that helped out a little bit. So he has a bye this week. I'm hoping when he comes back, DK's back with him and that stack can start again. Bo Nick, 17. A weird game from Bo. Threw a pick on his first pass. Didn't throw for a touchdown pass, but caught a touchdown pass and had some garbage time rushing yards. So he's got a tough matchup this week against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Roschon Johnson, last minute pickup. He only got me 3 points, but I was praying for a touchdown. He's going to have a bigger role in the Bears offense, solidified with Herbert getting traded to the Bengals. So he probably is going to stay on the bench because if Swift gets hurt, he's actually a pretty good back. Who we got here? Derrick Henry, 25.8 points, front runner for MVP. Steal of the draft so far, it looks like, in the 3rd round. So found the end zone 2 more times. 13 total touchdowns on the year, 5th 100-yard game. He's just a dog. CeeDee Lamb, him and the Cowboys had another frustrating game. He got hurt, AC sprain, but he's going to play through it. Just got to hope he doesn't land on it again because that would probably re-aggravate it. Dak's hitting IR probably, so Cooper Rush is going to be throwing it to him. I don't know what this guy. I think CeeDee's enough of a player and an athlete where he's going to make plays, whoever's throwing him the ball. Ladd McConkey, 8.9. More average performance from Ladd this week, but still 9 points in a Chargers offense that's up and down. They have unlocked their passing games, it seems, with Herbert getting a little bit more healthy. And they want to get McConkey the ball. He's still the main target getter and the main leader in the receiver room, even though Johnson had a big game this week. So Downs, 9 points, did just enough for me on Sunday Night Football. Had a catch with like 30-45 seconds left that kind of helped me a lot. His fantasy relevance is probably better with Joe Flacco, like quantity-wise, but I don't know how much better it's going to be. I think AR-15 and him may have been starting to figure something out, but we'll see. We'll give Joey Cool another week. K-Dot, 17.7, no Glove McGee. Big performance on Monday Night Football. Caught a touchdown. Clearly Baker's top target. Has led the NFL in receptions the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think. So it's going to be hard to even take him out of the lineup in my flex spot, honestly. Calvin Ridley, 9.8. He did okay in comparison to his year. He got shadowed by Christian Gonzalez, who's a first-round pick. So had a couple big plays. It's okay. Titans want to get him the ball, so I'm happy with Ridley. Bengals D, 17 points. Started off slow, but the Raiders going to Raider. 5 sucks, 2 fumbles, 18 points coming up. Pretty good day. Butker, 7 points. His numbers are down, but he's only missed 2 kicks all year, and he's behind a really good offense. So I'm probably going to keep him in there. AJ Cole, 13. Came through after a couple low weeks that I really needed, so that was big. Lawrence, 19.6. 2 picks, but had 2 rushing touchdowns in the 4th quarter. He's going to start he's going to be hurt this week, actually, I think, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Wandale, 2.5. I think I already dropped him. Chief D had 6 points, no turnovers, only 2 sacks. Kind of disappointing. Deontay played about 15 to 20 snaps and didn't get the ball. So hopefully he's a little bit bigger of the game plan tonight on Thursday Night Football. Pacheco, Robinson, and Metcalf were hurt, and Kittle was on bye. Those 4 really good names that I still beat the top of the league with, by the way. For Nick's team, Lamar started off his game really, really hot, and then they started blowing him out, so they kind of ran the ball a lot. He didn't have a lot of volume, but he made good use of it. JD, very similar to Lamar, kind of blew out their team. Didn't have a lot of volume, but what they did was good. Mixon, great performance. Top 5 back probably this year. With the Texas wide receiver issues, yes, Nico Collins is going to come back, it looks like, next week, not this week. So he's still going to be a big part of that offense. Gibbs took a while to get going, but they were in a downpour, but he still produced. Jaden Reed, big bounce back game after 2 disappointing weeks. Packers offense, the Packers receivers is up and down, but I think Reed is probably the most consistent of all of them. A.J. Brown left his game in the 3rd quarter, which has to be frustrating for Nick. Just got him back, and he probably would have won the game if he didn't leave. Slayton left his game in the 4th with a concussion. Sounds like he's going to miss the Germany game this week. But he took over the number 2 spot from Wandale, it looked like, in New York. Mark Andrews dropped back down after 3 great weeks. Has been a top tight end in fantasy in the past, but he seems to be up and down this year. Eckler took the top back role from Robinson. He did all right. He scored his touchdown, got his yards in. Chargers D welcomed Jameis back to the NFL. 3 interceptions, 6 sacks, and a blocked field goal. Tucker looks to be back to his old form. Behringer got a negative punt. I think he had like 4 points to start off and got a negative punt, which really hurt. The Vikings played well. Moore and Allen had poor days. J-Mo suspended. Debo and Mason were on bye. So, around the NFFL, Ryan take down Owen to stay in the top half of the standings. Low-scoring game overall, lowest of the week, I think. Ryan needed Mahomes' best performance of the year. Bijan and Garrett have great performances. Caleb came back down to earth. He's got to kind of hope he plays this week. And Marvin Harrison Jr. has just been he had 1 or 2 good weeks, but he's been kind of overall disappointing. Owen had a nuclear game from Zay Flowers. Tank looked better in the lead role, but he's going to have 1 more week, I think, with Nico out. But Owen did have 6 players add up to a total overall lower than Zay Flowers in his starting lineup. Just not a recipe for success. Mikey's team went nuclear. If it wasn't for Olave dying and Chase Stinker, he would have probably been up in the 215-220 mark. Saquon had an unbelievable ball game, legacy game. Burrow 5 touchdowns, D-Hop 2 touchdowns, Kamara 25. It's going to get you where you want to be. Harrison kind of had a stinker from his tight end through kicker. Only total for 26 points. Chuba has been a great find. He just got a new deal. Baker will be all right. Sutton and Myers need to keep up this production, and Harrison will be okay to find himself in the playoffs. Alex walks it off with Kareem. Monday Night Football, crazy back-and-forth battle between these two. 9 players in double digits. Darnold and Logan Cook led the way with 19 each. Jay Jettis is a superstar, and the team's on absolute fire. I think he's won, 4 of his last 5, and it lost by me by like 4.4 points. Jesse, absolute heartbreaker. Kelsey game is promising going forward, though. A Goff stinker kind of really put a hindering on the performance and put his team at a disadvantage. And Alex swooped in at the very end with Kareem. Jackson beat Parker in the battle of the sped contenders. Allen and Chase Brown John out the Kyler Murray stinky. The squad has a lot of firepower. It's got a lot of chance. It's got to make a late run to get into the dance. Parker just can't get a win back-to-back. Won last week but couldn't get back on the right track this week. Flacco, Pittman, and Pitts had poor games. Still got time to turn it around. Nobody's out of the playoffs yet. Nobody's in the playoffs yet. So, big games coming up. For the standings, we have Garvey at 7-2, Nick at 7-2, Jesse at 6-3, Alex at 5-4, Ryan at 5-4, Mikey 4-5, Harrison 3-6, Jackson 3-6, Parker 3-6, Owen 2-7. For my power rankings, I have Garvey, Nick Lowe, Jesse, Alex, Ryan, Mikey, Harrison, Jackson, Parker, Owen. And for the Week 10 matchups, I got Garvey losing to Jesse 153-129. I got Mikey beating Ryan 155-136. Nick Lowe beating Jackson 166-133. Alex beating Parker 148-122. And Owen beating Harrison 142-130. Congrats to everybody that won. Rock Chalk. Go Chiefs.